Hi, boys and girls. It's Sam I Am. Today, or should I say all this month, is Read Across America. And one of our favorite authors here is Dr. Seuss. And he wrote a story about green eggs and ham and how there was a little guy named Sam I Am, that he did not like green eggs and ham and he would not eat them anywhere. He would not eat them in a box. He would not eat them with a fox. And it went on and on until the very end of the story when he liked the green eggs and ham. So there's a little lesson here too, that don't always say you don't like something. You might like it in the long run. Okay, so are we ready? So what do you think we're going to draw today? Sam I Am. Okay, we're going to grab our papers, our pencils, our crayons, our colored pencils, our markers, whatever you got at home, and let's draw Sam I Am. Now, today is day 137. 137 days we've been drawing together with Art with Angela. So, are you ready? Let's get going. All right, we got our paper ready. Now, we're going to actually draw Sam I Am. So, when you're drawing someone else's character, you kind of have to stick with kind of what they look like, really. When you're making up your own thing, you can make anything you want. But Dr. Seuss made some kind of strange looking little creatures, and you think, I think that looks like a cat, and sometimes you think, I don't know if that's even a cat. So I think Sam I Am is kind of like a cat-like creature. So let's go ahead and draw him. We're going to put him right here, and then we'll put the ham and green eggs and ham over here. All right, we want him to look like a cat. So let's go ahead and let's draw his face first, and then we'll put his big hat on. Okay, I'm going to come down the side of his face. This is going to be by his eyes. This is up here, the side of his face. And then we're going to give him a big cheek and come right in like that. Ouch. Oh, I banged my elbow. So this is going to be the side of his face and his big cheek, and it comes down into his smile. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to put a line on the end of it so we can end his smile. And then let's go down and make his chin. We're going to make a loop. Kind of a loop. Just like that. So it's kind of a funny looking face right now. But like I said, Dr. Seuss made some strange looking characters, but they're very popular and everybody recognizes them just like that whenever they see them. All right, I am going to do the other side of his head. And let's just go down. I'm going to draw a line right through, even though we're going to give him some whiskers. So there we go. We've got the shape of his head. It's kind of an odd shape. If it's hard to do, use your pencil, erase as much as you need to keep getting the shape the way you want it to be. All right, let's go ahead and put his mouth in. So we're going to go maybe halfway down this line here, and we're going to make a little tiny mouth, and we're going to go just like that. So it's his mouth. He's talking. He's saying, I would not eat them with a fox. So, let's give him, should we give him a little, yeah, let's give him a little tongue. I'm going to go right down like this, so we're actually cutting almost that little mouth right in half. Hopefully everybody can see this really well. I'm going to give him the whiskers. Let's just go ahead and finish his face up. I think he's kind of like a cat, so let's give him some big whiskers. And then I'll give them to him over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Now, if I had an eraser, I would erase that line I did right there. But I thought it was easier for you to see it if I just made the line. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make his neck. I'm going to do it just like his whiskers. I'm going to come down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many of those as you want. All right, now we've got his shape. Let's put his eyes in. Well, let's put his nose in first. We're going to come right across between his mouth and his whiskers. And let's put a little button nose. Kind of looks like a little egg. All right, we're going to give him that. And let's go ahead and color in everything but the top of it. Let's not color in the top. Let's let it be that light that shines on his nose. He's already starting to look like a Dr. Seuss character. What do you think? All right, let's give him the big outside part of his eyes. Now, when Dr. Seuss drew these, they kind of had, some of them had a loop. So he started down here and looped around just like that. And it kind of left that little line there. But if you don't do that, that's okay. Now the next one we won't do that because it might interfere in with the nose. So there we go. We got his eyes. Now let's put the little inside of his eyes, his pupils. Now his pupils kind of look like horseshoes, if you know what a horseshoe looks like. So let's go ahead and put like a horseshoe in there. Just like that. And we'll put another one just like that. So we got 2 little horseshoes that make up his eyes. All right, you've got his face done. Now, let's give him his big hat, Sam I Am's big, red hat. So I'm going to make this very floppy. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to give it a nice curve, just like that. I'm just nice big floppy hat. And then we'll go ahead and connect it. We're gonna make it our brim of our hat, so it's almost like drawing a snake here. There we go. So we've got this part of his hat, the brim. Now let's draw the big part of his hat. And it's kind of floppy. It's kind of floppy. So we're gonna start over here, just on this side. We're gonna start over here, and we're gonna go up, and then when we get to his head, then we're gonna go up and make a big kind of bubbly hat. Go in, and then bring it down just like that. What do you think? Does it look like Sam I Am? You know what we kind of forgot? I should do it on the face. It's a couple eyebrows. I think he always has eyebrows. So we're gonna give him just a couple eyebrows, just like that. All right, now let's go ahead and put a very simple body where he just has a yellow body. So we're just gonna give him a little shoulder and a little arm. We're gonna come up, he's nice and skinny. He's a skinny little guy. And then we'll go down like this. We don't have to color it all the way in. And then we're gonna make his hand like he's holding the platter of green eggs and ham. So we're gonna come down, all right? We're gonna have his elbow there where his arm bends, and it's gonna go back up. And we'll go right up to there, and let's go ahead and put the other side of his body in and make his arm both sides of it. All right, now when I get up here, I want his hand. Now I want his hand to be out like this so he can hold a tray on top of it. So let's put his thumb back here, and he doesn't have real thumbs. He's got kind of pointy fingers, furry fingers. And then we're gonna put it out like this, and then out like that. And maybe even bring a little bit like that. What do you think? How's yours looking? Pretty good, hopefully? All right, now let's do a big platter. I think we're gonna draw the ham first. That way I'll have it in place. I'm gonna draw the ham up here a little bit, and maybe about a whole knuckle up. I'm going to do the round part of the ham. I don't have it, it's kind of a egg, but it's kind of messy looking. It's not real, it's kind of like misshapen. So I want kind of that shape, and then let's put a ham bone right in the middle of it. And then let's make the back of the ham. So I'm gonna come down, just like that. Almost looks like a baby bottle, the top of a baby bottle. Okay, so now we have our ham. We can even, you know what? We can even draw a few lines on it. It'll make it look more like a ham. And then over here, let's draw an egg. An egg looks like a half circle, and then scoop it like that. And then let's make it the egg like that. Almost looks like a little flying saucer. Let's have the other egg flying off the plate because he's running. I don't want these. I don't want these. So we'll make our little half circle, kind of loop it under, and make the other part of the egg. Now it really looks like a flying saucer. All right, now we got to put it on a plate. It's sitting on a plate. So let's start right back here. It's going to be like a long oblong shape. You're going to squish it down. So here we go. I'm going to start at the back of the ham. I'm going to go around, touch his fingers. I'm going all the way up like that. See how it's just a skinny thing? We don't want to make a plate really round because we're looking at it from the side. All right, and then we're going to put the bottom of the plate so it makes it look like it's a real plate. We're going to put an edge on it. There you go. Now you have drawn Sam I Am. So he has very little colors in him. So let's go ahead. We'll start with the hat because the hat stands out the most. So we're going to do our hat red. We're going to fill it all in. And if you want to, see how we made these little lines on the ham? You could also make some little lines on the hat if you chose to. And if you've ever read a Dr. Seuss book, you're going to see that there's very few colors in it. He uses very few colors, but we know exactly what it is. Like when we did the cat in the hat. That had a red and white striped hat, and you just knew it. And the rest of it wasn't even colored in. The rest of it was just a drawing. But everybody knows whenever they see that red and white striped hat, that it is the cat in the hat. Alrighty. Beautiful. And you could color it in a little better. I'm just trying to be a little fast for you. Oh, look how bright that is. I like it. All right, I think maybe I've got the pink out. I'm gonna do his tongue pink. Remember how we cut his mouth in half? This top part we're gonna leave. Maybe we'll do it black, but we're gonna leave that alone right now, and we're gonna put his tongue pink. And you know what, while I'm there and I'm saying that, why don't I go ahead and take my black and I'll color in the other side of this mouth black. There we go. Now it looks more like a mouth. Ooh, I like it, I like it. I'm gonna do the ham green, but let's do the eggs green first. I picked a light green, but you use whatever color you have at home. Our little flying saucers, huh? They look like little, now we've learned how to draw an egg or flying saucers. All right, we're gonna color them in green. Have you ever seen green eggs and ham, really? My ham's always pink, and my eggs are always yellow and white. I wonder if there really is anything like green eggs and ham. I suppose you can put food coloring in it, and it could change the color of things. All right, there we go. He has got his green eggs and ham. Now, I'm going to do the plate. Now, I'm not going to color it in really heavily. You can. I've got a marker, so I'm afraid it'll be too dark. So I'm going to color in this part really dark right here, because this is the edge of my plate. So it's all the sun is not hitting it that well, so it's going to be a little darker. Now, since I have a marker, I don't want the top to be that dark, so I'm just going to make it a little bit like this. It's going to almost look like a wooden plate. I'm making lines. If you want to color it in, if you got crayons or something, you can color one part lighter by pressing lighter and one part darker by pressing harder. But markers don't work quite that way. So this is how we're going to do it. All right, what now? Oh my gosh. Yellow, we're missing the yellow. We got to do Sam I Am's body. So we're going to color all the bottom part in yellow. All right, we're coming down the home stretch. We're almost done. Okay, there you go. You have just drawn Sam I Am from Green Eggs and Ham. So, boys and girls, we will see you next week. Now, next week, it's right before St. Patrick's Day, so you can guarantee we're going to be drawing a St. Patrick's Day drawing. So make sure you get all your greens out next week, because that's what we're going to be doing on day, what did I say, 138? I think 138. Oh my goodness gracious. Then after that day, after the following Friday, it's going to be 1 year that we've been drawing together. So we're going to do something special. I am going to ask you to get some paints. I need you to get 4 colors of paints. I need you to get a orange, a yellow, a black, and a white. Now, if you've got watercolors, we can use watercolors. They just work a little differently. But if you have paint, that's great. Get your paint aside, those 4 colors, red, orange, yellow, and white. And if you only have markers, we'll use markers too. We'll use crayons, whatever you have. But I am going to paint with you on, not next Friday, the following one. On day, what did we say this was? 138? 139. 139 we'll be drawing together. We'll be painting together. Something special, something different for being together 1 full year. Wow. That just blows my mind. Okay, boys and girls, I'll stop talking. I will see you next Friday and do what I tell you every single week. I want you to listen to your parents, listen to your teachers too. I want you to wash your hands and stay safe. I want you to stay creative, and I want you to be kind to each other. Kindness goes so far in this world, so be kind to everyone. See you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.